The rain poured relentlessly, an unrelenting deluge that seemed to wash away the sins of Seattle, leaving behind only the stains on its soul. In the heart of the Redmond Barrens, a district where civilization had all but crumbled, stood the Coffin Motel. Its flickering neon sign was the only beacon of light in the sea of darkness, drawing the desperate and the damned like moths to a flame. Inside one of the motel's decrepit rooms, a dim light cast eerie shadows across the cracked walls. 3 Shadowrunners had assembled here, their faces obscured by the hazy glow of a single, flickering lamp. Codenames were all that mattered in this world of treachery and deceit. Sable Nightshade, a lithe elven street samurai with eyes that gleamed like polished obsidian, leaned against the peeling wallpaper. Her chrome-plated cyber limbs and the katana at her side were silent testaments to her lethal prowess. Lyriel Stormweaver, a human mage with unruly raven hair and eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of forgotten spells, sat cross-legged on one of the rickety beds. Her fingers idly traced arcane symbols in the air as if coaxing the very magic around her. Grok Bloodfist, a massive troll shaman, knelt in the corner, deep in meditation. His scarred flesh bore the markings of countless battles, and his connection to the spirits of the Barrens was as undeniable as his imposing presence. They had been brought together by a Johnson, a mysterious figure with a digital whisper that promised riches beyond their wildest dreams. All that was required was a journey into the heart of the Redmond Barrens, a place where even the bravest feared to tread. Lyriel broke the silence, her voice carrying the weight of the impending mission. Sable, Grok, we've been chosen for a job that'll take us deeper into the Barrens than most dare to go. Our target is a valuable piece of lost technology buried within a toxic waste dump. Grok's eyes snapped open, his tusks gleaming in the dim light. I and the Barrens don't give up its secrets easily. Mutated creatures, gangers, and the ever-present toxins won't make this an easy run. Sable's lips curled into a dangerous smile. But that's what makes it exciting, isn't it? High risk, high reward. And if anyone can handle the worst the Barrens can throw at us, it's this team. As the team steeled themselves for the perilous journey ahead, the neon lights of the Coffin Motel's sign continued to flicker, casting an ominous glow over their faces. The Redmond Barrens awaited, a toxic wasteland where only the strongest and the most cunning would survive. The Redmond Barrens, a forsaken wasteland that had once been a thriving part of Seattle, now lay in ruins. Toxic rain poured from the ashen skies, seeping into the very earth, leaving a sickly, greenish sheen on everything it touched. The air was thick with the acrid stench of decay and chemical pollution. The team, known by their code names Sable, Lyriel, and Grok, had left the relative safety of the Coffin Motel behind. Armed with scavenged gear and grim determination, they ventured deeper into the Barrens, following a digital trail that would lead them to their elusive prize. Their journey was fraught with peril. Mutated creatures, grotesque byproducts of the toxic environment, lurked in the shadows. Feral ghouls with yellowed eyes and twisted limbs skulked amidst the rubble of ruined buildings. Packs of devil rats, their fur matted and diseased, scurried about, scavenging for any semblance of sustenance. Lyriel's mage senses tingled as she detected a magical presence nearby. She raised her hand, signaling the others to halt. "There's something unnatural ahead," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the sound of the pouring rain. Grok, his massive form a stark contrast to the desolation around them, nodded in agreement. And it doesn't feel friendly." Sable, always alert, drew her katana, the blade gleaming with an otherworldly light. "Let's proceed with caution. We're here for a piece of lost tech, not a fight with the Barrens' monstrosities." They moved forward, navigating the treacherous terrain with the expertise born of countless runs. Their path led them deeper into the heart of the Barrens, where the wreckage of the old world lay entangled with the ruins of the new. The skeletal remains of skyscrapers loomed overhead, twisted metal and shattered glass testaments to the catastrophic events that had befallen the district. As they ventured further, the digital trail grew stronger, leading them to a massive landfill of toxic waste. It was here that they believed their target lay buried, amidst the refuse of a city that had forgotten its past. But the Barrens did not yield its secrets willingly. As they approached the landfill, the ground beneath them trembled and the toxic sludge began to churn. From the muck emerged a colossal creature, a grotesque amalgamation of flesh and machine. Its form was a nightmarish mockery of life, a cyber zombie. Sable tensed, her katana at the ready. "Looks like we've got company." Lyriel summoned her magic, gathering the power of the elements. "We can't let that thing stop us." Grok's eyes glowed with the intensity of a shaman attuned to the spirits of the Barrens. "Prepare for battle, chummers. We've got a cyber zombie to deal with." With the cyber zombie closing in, the team braced themselves for a fight unlike any they had faced before. The Redmond Barrens had a way of testing even the most seasoned Shadowrunners, and this encounter would be no exception. The cyber zombie, a monstrous fusion of flesh and machine, lumbered toward the team with a mechanical, jerking gait. Its body was a patchwork of grotesque augmentations, each component seemingly scavenged from the technological remnants of the Barrens. It emitted a low, guttural growl that reverberated through the toxic wasteland. Sable, her katana gleaming with anticipation, took a step forward. "We can't afford to let that thing get any closer." "Lyriel, keep it distracted with your magic." "Grok, try to find a weakness in its cyberware." Lyriel nodded, her fingers weaving intricate patterns in the air as she summoned elemental energies. With a flick of her wrist, a burst of flame shot forth from her fingertips, arcing toward the cyber zombie. The fire erupted upon impact, engulfing the abomination in searing flames. The cyber zombie howled in pain as its synthetic skin blistered and charred. Smoke billowed from its body, and it thrashed about, trying to extinguish the flames. Meanwhile, Grok tapped into the spirits of the Barrens, seeking guidance in their battle against this unholy creation. The spirits whispered in his mind, revealing a vulnerability in the cyber zombie's cyberware. Grok pointed to a cluster of exposed wires on the creature's shoulder. "There, that's our target. If we can disable its cybernetics, it might give us the upper hand." Sable nodded, her combat reflexes kicking in. She dashed toward the cyber zombie, her katana poised to strike. The creature, still writhing in pain, attempted to swat her away, but she deftly sidestepped its clumsy attack. With a swift and precise strike, she severed the cluster of wires, causing a cascade of sparks and a surge of electricity to surge through the cyber zombie's body. The abomination convulsed, its mechanical limbs twitching uncontrollably as its synthetic muscles short-circuited. With a final, agonized roar, it collapsed to the ground, motionless and defeated. The team stood panting, their bodies tense from the adrenaline-fueled battle. Grok wiped a mixture of rain and sweat from his brow. "Well, that wasn't in the job description." Lyriel let out a weary sigh. "No, it wasn't, but it seems the Barrens always have a surprise in store for us." Sable turned her attention to the landfill where their objective awaited amidst the toxic waste. "Let's not waste any more time. We've got a piece of lost tech to recover." They approached the landfill cautiously, navigating the treacherous terrain with newfound vigilance. The digital trail led them to a corroded container partially buried in the muck. With a collective effort, they pried it open, revealing their prize, a sleek, black case containing the valuable piece of lost technology. As Sable secured the case, a sense of unease lingered in the air. The cyber zombie's appearance had been unexpected, a grim reminder that the Redmond Barrens held secrets and dangers beyond imagination. With their objective in hand, the team prepared to depart, aware that their journey through the toxic wasteland was far from over. Little did they know that deeper within the Barrens, an even greater challenge awaited them, one that would test their skills, resolve, and bonds of trust in the face of relentless adversity. With the valuable piece of lost technology secured, the team made their way through the unforgiving landscape of the Redmond Barrens. The toxic fumes hung heavy in the air, a constant reminder of the perilous environment they navigated. As they trudged onward, Grok, the shaman, kept a watchful eye on the surrounding spirits. The Barrens were home to restless and unpredictable entities, and he needed to ensure they remained on their side. Lyriel, the mage, periodically scanned for magical disturbances, her senses attuned to the arcane. Sable, the street samurai, led the way, her katana at the ready. She knew that in these lawless wastes, danger could emerge from the shadows at any moment. The team had faced mutated creatures and a cyber zombie, but there was something else, an unseen adversary lurking in the periphery. Suddenly, a chilling breeze swept through the barren landscape, carrying with it an eerie whisper. Grok's spirit senses tingled with foreboding. Something's not right. We're being watched. Lyriel nodded, her eyes narrowing. I sense a magical presence, but it's elusive like a shadow in the astral plane. Sable tightened her grip on her katana. Stay alert, both of you. We're not alone out here. As they continued their journey, the sense of being observed grew stronger. The spirits of the Barrens whispered warnings in Grok's ears, their voices filled with ancient wisdom and concern. They urged caution, for they sensed a malevolent force at play. A sudden movement caught Sable's attention. She turned toward a pile of rusted debris just in time to see a figure dart behind cover. There, she exclaimed, her enhanced reflexes allowing her to spot their unseen adversary. With a nod from Sable, Grok summoned a nature spirit to provide cover, its form shifting and blending with the surrounding landscape. Lyriel extended her magical senses, attempting to pinpoint the source of the magical presence. The figure remained hidden, moving with unnatural swiftness and stealth. It seemed to possess an intimate knowledge of the Barrens, using the terrain to its advantage. Grok's spirit reached out, trying to detect any hint of the adversary's aura, but it was as if the figure was a void in the astral plane. Lyriel frowned, her brows furrowing in concentration. I can feel its presence, but it's like it's deliberately obscuring its magical signature. This is no ordinary adversary. Sable's cyberware-enhanced eyes scanned their surroundings, her senses finely tuned to detect motion. We can't let it shadow us any longer. We need to confront it. With that, she charged toward the pile of debris, katana in hand. The figure attempted to evade her, but Sable's combat reflexes allowed her to anticipate its movements. She lunged forward, her blade slicing through the air. A flash of movement, and suddenly the figure was revealed, a cloaked and hooded individual with cybernetic enhancements that granted incredible speed and agility. It was a cyber ninja, a shadowy assassin of the Barrens. The cyber ninja leaped backward, landing gracefully on a nearby heap of scrap metal. Its voice was distorted by a vocal modulator as it hissed, "You should not have come here, runners." The team had no intention of backing down. With their objective in hand and their resolve unwavering, they prepared to face this new adversary in a battle that would test their mettle like never before. The cyber ninja stood perched on the heap of scrap metal, its cloak billowing in the toxic wind. Its cybernetic enhancements hummed with deadly potential, and its red cybernetic eyes gleamed with malice. The team of runners Sable, Grok, and Lyriel regrouped, ready for the final confrontation. Sable tightened her grip on her katana, her combat senses sharp and focused. "Who are you, and why are you shadowing us?" The cyber ninja's distorted voice replied, filled with an unsettling calmness, "I serve the interests of those who do not wish you to uncover the secrets of the Redmond Barrens. Your investigation ends here." With inhuman speed, the cyber ninja launched itself at Sable, its arm transforming into a wickedly sharp monomolecular blade. Sable met the attack with her katana, the clash of blades echoing through the desolate landscape. Lyriel, the mage, channeled her magical energy, summoning protective barriers to shield her allies from harm. Grok, the shaman, called upon the spirits of the Barrens for aid, their ethereal forms swirling around him like a protective cloak. The battle that ensued was a whirlwind of steel and cybernetic enhancements. The cyber ninja moved with uncanny agility, its strikes precise and deadly. Sable parried its attacks, her katana dancing in a deadly ballet of combat. Sparks flew as monomolecular blade met tempered steel. Lyriel hurled bolts of arcane energy at their adversary, her spells crackling with power. But the cyber ninja deftly evaded them, its cyber-enhanced reflexes allowing it to dodge even the most lethal of spells. It retaliated with bursts of submachine gunfire, forcing Lyriel to take cover behind a jagged outcropping of toxic waste. Grok's nature spirit manifested in the physical plane, its massive form charging at the cyber ninja. The spirit's jaws snapped shut with bone-crushing force, but the cyber ninja dodged at the last moment, narrowly avoiding the attack. The spirit turned, ready to strike again. As the battle raged on, the cyber ninja's cloak and hood were torn away, revealing its true identity, a woman with cold, cybernetically enhanced eyes and an expression devoid of humanity. She fought with relentless determination, her cybernetic enhancements giving her an edge that was nearly impossible to overcome. Sable, Grok, and Lyriel knew that they had to work together to defeat this formidable foe. With a coordinated effort, they forced the cyber ninja into a defensive position, each of them pressing the attack from a different angle. Grok's nature spirit lunged once more, this time managing to catch the cyber ninja in its massive jaws. The woman's cyber-enhanced screams filled the air as the spirit's ethereal form began to consume her essence. Realizing the battle was lost, the cyber ninja initiated an emergency escape, triggering a concealed cyber deck that whisked her away into the digital realm. She vanished from the physical plane, leaving the runners victorious but shaken. With their unseen adversary defeated, the team retrieved the valuable piece of lost technology from the toxic waste dump. Their mission was a success, but the mysteries of the Redmond Barrens still lingered, waiting for the next group of Shadowrunners to uncover. As they made their way back through the hazardous wasteland, Sable, Grok, and Lyriel knew that they had faced a powerful adversary, one driven by a desire to protect the secrets of the Barrens at any cost. But they had prevailed, and the lost heirloom was in their possession. Their codenames whispered in the toxic breeze, a reminder of the shadows they inhabited. The world of Shadowrunning was a dangerous one, but it was a world where they thrived. With the toxic wasteland behind them, Sable, Grok, and Lyriel returned to their makeshift safe house in the Redmond Barrens. The valuable piece of lost technology rested safely in their possession, but the mysteries surrounding it still weighed heavily on their minds. Sable, ever vigilant, monitored their surroundings for any signs of surveillance or unwanted attention. Grok, the shaman, called upon the spirits of the Barrens to watch over their hideout, their ethereal forms providing an additional layer of protection. Lyriel, the mage, began examining the recovered technology, her magical expertise crucial in deciphering its purpose and origin. The device was a marvel of engineering, a fusion of advanced cyberware and arcane enchantments. It pulsed with an otherworldly energy that sent shivers down her spine. As the hours turned into days, Lyriel uncovered unsettling information. The device was not of this world, it was a metahuman creation with extraplanar origins. It seemed to be a bridge between their reality and another, a key to unlocking the secrets of the Redmond Barrens. Grok, with his deep connection to the spirits, sensed a disturbance in the astral plane. Restless spirits whispered of a powerful force hidden within the Barrens, a force that sought to protect the mysteries buried beneath the toxic soil. Sable, on the other hand, delved into the digital realm, searching for information about similar artifacts and their potential uses. Her cyber deck buzzed with activity as she navigated the Matrix, connecting the dots between their discovery and the enigmatic cyber ninja they had faced. It became clear that the Redmond Barrens held more than just toxic waste and lawless streets. It was a place of ancient secrets where metaplanar forces converged and the boundaries between realities blurred. The team faced a choice. They could keep the artifact and unlock the secrets of the Barrens, potentially gaining power beyond their wildest dreams. Or they could expose the artifact's existence, alerting powerful and malevolent forces that would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. Sable, Grok, and Lyriel knew the risks. They had tasted the danger of the shadows, but they had also glimpsed the allure of forbidden knowledge. The Redmond Barrens were a realm of darkness and mystery, and they were about to decide whether to dive deeper into its depths. As they contemplated their next move, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, not just by the eyes of this world, but by something far older and more powerful, a presence that had guarded the secrets of the Barrens for millennia. Days turned into nights as Sable, Grok, and Lyriel grappled with their decision regarding the enigmatic artifact. The Redmond Barrens' secrets seemed to seep into their very souls, whispering promises of untold power and dark knowledge. In the dimly lit safe house, the device lay before them, its alien design a stark contrast to the urban decay outside. Lyriel's magical senses told her that it held a connection to a distant metaplane, a realm of magic and mystery beyond their understanding. Sable's research had uncovered ancient legends that hinted at the artifact's origins. It was said to be a creation of the Seventh World, a time lost to history when powerful mages and technomancers roamed the earth. If they kept it, they might harness the knowledge of a bygone era. Grok, ever attuned to the spirits of the Barrens, felt a growing unease. The astral plane thrummed with whispers and warnings. The presence that had watched over the Barrens for centuries grew more restless, as if the artifact's discovery had disturbed an ancient guardian. As they debated the artifact's fate, a knock at the door shattered the tense silence. Sable's cyberware-enhanced reflexes brought her to her feet, her hand instinctively reaching for the hidden pistol beneath her coat. Grok's eyes glowed with a faint, otherworldly light, and Lyriel's fingers crackled with arcane energy. "Who's there?" Sable called out, her voice laced with caution. The door creaked open, revealing a figure shrouded in darkness. It was Shade, the elusive technomancer who had first brought them into this web of mysteries. "I see you found it," Shade murmured cryptically as they stepped into the room, their digital aura shimmering like a ghost in the Matrix. Sable, Grok, and Lyriel exchanged wary glances. They hadn't expected Shade's return. "What do you want?" Grok demanded, his voice resonating with the authority of the spirits. Shade approached the artifact, their gloved fingers hovering just above its surface. "I've come to warn you. The artifact is a key, a bridge to realms beyond our understanding. It has the power to reshape reality itself." Lyriel's eyes widened. "You knew about this? Why didn't you tell us before?" Shade's gaze remained fixed on the artifact. "I couldn't be sure until now. But I've seen glimpses of the consequences, metaplanar incursions, unleashed chaos, and forces we can't control." Sable's finger tightened on the trigger of her pistol. "So, what's your play in all this?" Shade finally turned to face them, their expression inscrutable. "I want to help you contain the artifact, to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. But we must act quickly." Grok nodded, sensing the sincerity in Shade's words. "What's the plan?" Shade outlined a risky plan that involved using their combined skills, Sable's matrix expertise, Grok's connection to the spirits, Lyriel's magical prowess, and Shade's technomantic abilities, to seal the artifact's power and protect it from those who would exploit it. As they set to work, they couldn't help but wonder if they were making the right choice. The Redmond Barrens held its secrets close, and they were about to confront the echoes of the past and the guardians of the metaplanes in a battle that would determine the fate of their world. The safe house buzzed with activity as Sable, Grok, Lyriel, and Shade implemented their plan to seal the artifact's power. The device sat at the center of a makeshift magical circle inscribed with ancient runes that pulsed with a faint, eerie light. Lyriel chanted incantations, her words resonating with the arcane power of her mage lineage. Grok called upon the spirits of the Barrens, their ethereal forms materializing in response to his summoning. Sable and Shade, their minds intertwined in the digital realm, prepared to create a firewall in the Matrix to protect the artifact's secrets. As the ritual intensified, the artifact seemed to come to life, resonating with power. Eerie echoes filled the room, whispers of metaplanes and ages long past. The spirits swirled around it, their forms merging with the digital patterns Shade wove into the Matrix. Outside, the Redmond Barrens held its breath as if aware of the momentous event unfolding within the safe house. But as the ritual reached its climax, a sinister presence made itself known. Shadows coalesced in the corners of the room, forming into malevolent spirits that bore the mark of the artifact's maleficent aura. "They're here," Grok growled, his eyes aflame with spiritual rage. The spirits lunged at the runners, their insubstantial forms colliding with a barrier of magical energy conjured by Lyriel. The room became a battleground, with spirits of darkness clashing against the combined might of the team. In the digital realm, Sable and Shade battled rogue AI entities that sought to disrupt their firewall. Lines of code clashed and merged, creating digital explosions that reverberated through the Matrix. The artifact itself fought back, unleashing a surge of chaotic energy that threatened to overwhelm the runners. Lyriel struggled to maintain her magical defenses while Grok commanded the spirits to hold the malevolent forces at bay. As minutes stretched into eternity, the runners felt the artifact's resistance wane. The ancient power began to yield, its maleficent aura dissipating like smoke in the wind. Finally, with one last surge of combined effort, they sealed the artifact's power. The room fell into an eerie silence, and the malevolent spirits dissipated into the astral plane. In the Matrix, Sable and Shade's firewall held strong, warding off the rogue AI entities. Exhausted and drained, the team collapsed, their breaths ragged and labored. The artifact, once a source of unfathomable danger, now lay dormant, its malevolence contained. Shade was the first to break the silence. "It's done. The artifact's power is sealed and the metaplanes are safe." Sable nodded, her fingers trembling as she disconnected from the Matrix. But at what cost? Lyriel, her magical energy spent, glanced at Grok. "The spirits will remember this day, and so will the Redmond Barrens." Grok nodded solemnly, his connection to the astral plane a testament to their struggle. "We made the right choice. We protected the world from the artifact's malevolence." As the echoes of their battle and the artifact's maleficent aura faded, they couldn't help but wonder if they had truly won. The Redmond Barrens held its secrets close, and the shadows would always be there, lurking in the dark corners of their world. But for now, they had emerged victorious, their resolve unbroken by the unforgiving nature of the Sixth World. Together, they had silenced the echoes of the past and preserved the fragile balance of magic and technology in the Redmond Barrens. Subscribe for more Shadowrun stories, history, and lore.